Kathleen with Kathleen's Trodden Trade. I was super excited to film today because I got the coolest thing in the mail, you guys. I'm so excited. So Stitchum, Emily from the UK, also known as Stitchum or Stitch M, I think she hit 1,000 viewers or subscribers, and she had a giveaway, and I won. I mean, she had a giveaway. She gave away to a lot of people, but I was super excited because I never ever win anything. So she sent me a lovely card, and I don't know if I have ever talked about my love of the Beatles, but I'm a huge Beatles fan, and just a huge Beatles fan. And so the card that she sent me has the Beatles on it. I thought that was so cool. And it has a quote on the back: "No one wants to be the one to say the party's over." That's a quote by John Lennon. So just a super sweet note on the inside. And then she sent me, so I knew I was getting something from her giveaway. But I was assuming it was going to be a pass the stash kind of a thing. And she sent me all kinds of goodies, and I'm just kind of a little bit overwhelmed. So first of all, there's this adorable little, well, it doesn't say what it is, but I think it's a hedgehog, and I think this is super cute with a little, yeah, I think that is a hedgehog, a little hedgehog on it. So I thought that was super cute. Then she did pass the stash, and she gave me this dimensions chart with her tiger on it. I'm almost positive that she stitched this. Now I'm forgetting because she stitched some other animals. I know she did the elephants that are just phenomenal. I'm sure she did stitch this, and it is gorgeous. I love it. I think that my son would love this. And so yeah, I could see me stitching this at some point in time. So that's very neat. The chart is here. It's in great shape. And yeah, I'm excited to do that. This is probably not something I'll start until next year, but I would like to stitch this. I think that is very doable. And then she sent me some lovely, and I'm going to take it out of, two lovely pieces of fabric. Okay, and I should say, this came I think it came right after I filmed last Wednesday. It came in the mail. And this is a piece of Crafty Kitten Summer Sky Murano 32 count. And it looks like, well, that's not, I'm sorry, I'm sitting by the window today because I usually sit in the kitchen and I'm running the dishwasher, and I didn't want you guys to have to hear the dishwasher, which you can probably still hear. But it looks like that. It's a little bluer than it's showing up here. The light's kind of washing it out. Really, it is very summer sky blue. It's beautiful. But she also sent me another piece of 32 count and I tossed the bag. That was kind of dumb. In a purpley lavender color. And I would show it to you, except that, and I will show it to you. But I started stitching on it like right away. I knew exactly what I wanted to put on it, and I went crazy, and I started, and I have been obsessively stitching this. We've been really busy with some other things that we've had going on, but every 2 seconds that I've had to sit down and work on this little witch. So this is called Caddy Witch, and it is from, and I don't have the magazine here in front of me, but it is from this year's Halloween Cross Stitch Magazine 2017 edition, the Halloween edition. And I thought it was super cute, and I've been working on it. Anyway, I put it on here. It's a little bit too big for the fabric, so I'm going out to the very edge, but I think that's okay because I think I know how I'm going to finish it. So here is the lavender fabric that M sent, lavender purple, along with an almost completely stitched Caddy Witch. Now, in the pattern, there's a cat here. I have to finish that, and I have to finish filling in her hat. And then there's another cat up here, but I don't think I'm going to stitch that other cat up here. I like her just as she is. Now, I did her pretty much with either the called for threads or similar threads, very similar DMC threads. And I stitched her in hand because this fabric is a little narrow, and it didn't quite fit in my frame, and I was trying to do it in my frame, and it was bothering me that the fabric didn't fit all the way around in the frame. So I've kind of been wanting, based on Priscilla and Chelsea, they talk about stitching in hand, and so does Pam, stitching between the lines. Lots of people have been talking about stitching in hand, and I've wanted to try that for a long time, and so I did. I tried that on this, and I thought it worked pretty well, except for this is 310, DMC 310, and the coverage is a little sparse. This is actually Weeks Dye Works Coal color, and that coverage is a little bit better. But I don't know if can you kind of see the lines in her dress? I don't know if that's because I stitched it in hand or if it's because there's just not enough coverage using 2/2 on 32 count. But I didn't want to try 3 because, see, I think the coverage up here is just fine on the face and the hair. I think this is the cutest little witch. You guys, what is this though? Is that supposed to be a bow on her broom? I don't know. But I stitched it. I think it's so cute. So, anyway, so that was the other little special thing that I got from M. And M, if you're watching, I love my stuff. Thank you so much. I was so excited to win. Okay, so yesterday I was at Hobby Lobby to pick up a few things, and I came across these in kind of the chalkboard section, and they're just hanging. They're the little, I don't know what these are called, like the pie tins, I guess. They're bigger than the ones for needle keeps, but they're not huge. I'm guessing these are they're 9-inch, so 9-inch. And they're on chalk, kind of that chalkboardy stuff, but they're hanging. So my thought was, I'm sorry, the dogs are going to be a problem today. I meant to mention that our neighbors are re-roofing their house, and we had a horrible storm here a couple months ago, and a lot of homes in our neighborhood have had to have their roofs redone. Luckily, we don't. But the roofers are out there, and of course the dogs are going crazy, and I'm so sorry. Anyway, so my thought was, when I saw these, that the little witch could fit in here. I'll put her on a round, something round. See, it's kind of hard to envision. Of course, this has to be, I'll put her on a piece of round sticky board. Probably put some batting in between. I think that would look nice. And then she'll be in here, and see, you can kind of see, and then she'll hang. But the whole time I've been stitching this, I've been thinking that I wanted to stitch another one, because these aren't really Halloween colors. Like, she's red and white. She's kind of a Christmassy looking witch, I think. So I think I want to, and I bought 2. So I think I want to stitch her again, but use orange and purple to stitch her. And then I'll have 2, 2, and they can just hang side by side, 2 little companions. And I was also thinking, in true Chelsea and Priscilla style, I would add some bows and some fabric. I don't know, do something kind of funky with it, maybe some bittersweet. But anyway, I'm really super pleased with those. So while I've been working on, so as I'm stitching this, I'm thinking, okay, but now I need another piece of fabric to stitch her companion piece, her sister witch. And I don't have any more small fabric. I have all my smalls. I bought over the summer. I bought several remnants from Reflections, and I have them, I've used them all, or I've attributed them to Christmas ornaments. So I thought about that while I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and I got some Zweigart from Hobby Lobby, 32 count Zweigart, and I cut it in half, and then I left one of the halves whole, and I cut the other half in half again, and for 3 pieces of fabric, and I dyed them this morning, and I'm super happy with how they turned out. So, and I used Michelle Rudy Farm Girls dyeing instructions and RIT dye. And I couldn't be more pleased. Exactly what I wanted. So I decided that this was kind of light. And if I do another witch with black and orange and purple, that I wanted a darker purple. And so, oh goodness, let me put the white up against it. So I came up with this piece. And I actually think it's a little bit more modelly on this side. It's not showing up. It's a deeper purple than it's showing up. It's also kind of washing out there. So that's going to be for the companion witch. And then I wanted to try to, I'm tired. I have too much to tell you in a short period of time. I ordered Hands On Design, the Autumn Chalkboard, the new one that just came out. And I have never done any of those chalkboard designs, and I'd like to do some of the small ornaments as well. And so, but there's no way I can stitch on black. And so I wanted to do something on kind of that slate gray color, or, you know, like a dark gray, but not black. And so I came up with this color. And again, it's a little bit darker than it's showing up here. It could actually be a little darker. I might over dye it again, but I wasn't unhappy with how it came out, and I really like the modeling on it. Thought that was neat. So that's just going to be that'll be for a small of some sort. And then I wanted a piece of something else that I could do. I ordered some other Halloween patterns from both from Jen's Stitching Niche and from Lila's Studio. Enabled, of course, by watching FlossTube and seeing other people. McKenna talks about Lila's Stitching Studio and Quaker Halloween, and I literally watched her video, and before she could even get out Lila's Studio on Etsy, I had clicked over to Etsy and ordered the pattern. I don't know if I'll do this on that one, but I wanted just kind of a icky, modelly, brown, tan, beigey kind of color. And this is what I ended up with. Now, this up here were dots that came off of my brown. They were dried pieces of dye that came off of my the bottle. And I decided just to leave them and see what happens. So I don't know, I may not use this part, I may use this part. I'm really happy with how this part looks. I think that. Okay, so I'm taking 30 seconds to do a full confession here to both Pam and Nicole. Pam, Stitching by the Lake, and Nicole, Buckeye Stitcher, we have been chatting about working on Ebenezer's Christmas. And Sunday is supposed to be Santa Sunday, and I had promised both of them that I would be working on Ebenezer's Christmas on Sunday, but instead I became completely obsessed with the witch and worked on the witch all day and never got to Ebenezer's Christmas. So my plan is, tomorrow is supposed to be Witchy Wednesday. My plan is to do Ebenezer's Christmas tomorrow, work on that all day tomorrow, or as much as I can tomorrow. But I don't know. We'll see if my obsession with the witch goes away. Okay, that was just a little side note. Bye, guys. So that's it. I'm almost to 15. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy week, almost October. It cooled off. We've had super, super hot weather. And today it's a high of, I don't know, it's maybe 60, 62. And the wind is blowing, and there's a cool chill in the air, and I am so happy. I love it. So hope you guys are all doing well. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.